Good morning. It's now 9:30 in the morning here in one of the biggest cities in the Americas. It's Rio de Janeiro, the Oi Rio Pro. Action unfolding here in round one of competition. Really no surprises with the Brazilians blitzing their way through the field. This coming up now, Matt Wilkinson, heat leader, will take on Jadson and Fernandez. But meanwhile, let's go down to Kaipo because we want to hear what Italo has to say.
Thanks, Giggs. I am down here with Italo Ferreira, and I'm glad that I have him on my fantasy team because just looking really confident out there. How are you feeling?
Yeah. Just a beautiful backhand slam. Italo looking in form. Also starting off the heat with a good little wave as Jadson again nursing a major injury to his ankle. Not affecting him on that wave though, but you can see maybe it was affecting him slightly. And every turn, a little bit of pain to deal with. Also, Marco Fernandez, who is a replacement in this Oi Rio Pro. Pretty exciting stuff to have all of these new Brazilian faces here competing. Although you never know. I mean, I know that he's taken the first half of the season off, and we'll see where we go from that point. But you know, those injuries generally are pretty tough. So. Yeah, again, well wishes to Bede and a speedy recovery, and again, ahead of schedule. So I think that we'll see him participate again on this championship tour.
To me, looking at those performances at J-Bay on the backhand, getting results here in the mixed-up beach breaks in South America, it's just fantastic to see Matt Wilkinson in fine form. Meanwhile, here we go. This is Marco Fernandez, relatively unknown surfer for the most of the surfing world here. Young Marcus Fernandez doing a lot of work on the qualifying series. Picked up a 5th at the Central Coast Pro. It's a smaller rated qualifying series 1000 event, and well, he did beat Kiana Singh at the QS 6000 event a little later on in the year. And well, let's have a look at the replay here, Pete.
Yeah, well, this is again a part of that contingent of surfers on the qualifying series that have had success. You know, and it's like Leo Ferranti, who took a heat win here in round one. As we see now, Matt Wilkinson up and riding.
Well, let's have a look here. Matty Wilco. Beautiful wrap to start. It's just that one turn, though. He'll be a little bit frustrated with that. He's used up 9 minutes for that wave selection, Pete. So let's have a look and see if he can get back to the takeoff zone and reload, because Marco Fernandez has been plugging away. He's found himself a 6.5.
And just a touch back as we watch the replay here real quick of the one turn here from Matt Wilkinson. Just a snap, and then the wave dies out, so he kicks out. But the grooming that's being done on the qualifying series is allowing the transition from the qualifying series to the championship tour to be a lot easier. Just because it is very similar. It's not a drastic change from going from. So if you're getting 6s, 7s, and 8s, as we watch again, Matt Wilkinson, a little smaller inside wave.
Well, let's have a look and see what he comes up with here, Pete. Inside swoops here for him. He's got one of the most dynamic backhands on the tour, and it's not coming together on that one. We saw how well he went at Bells Beach. Beautiful backhand surfing. Of course, Snapper Rocks just worked to his favor as well. Matt?
Probably surf and groom themselves on a beach breaks, because most of the region here is a lot of beach breaks. So you would feel like they're able to read those rips and read the tides and the differences, and you know, they've got their equipment honed to those types of waves. So you would think that their comfort level is going to be higher.
Yep. And then of course there's the whole rookie discussion as well for the tour this year. Let's have a look at Marco Fernandez here. He's used priority to pick up that wave, Pete. A little runner for him. Not sure it's going to go into the big numbers early on here. Still, well, we are approaching the halfway mark in this heat. 16.5 to go.
Little different strategies here from Marco.
Yeah, it's a wide open playing field here in Grumari. A very Jurassic Park background to this beach. And now we get going with Matt Wilkinson. Square tap to start. Wraps it up. It's just 2 maneuvers here. So leaving it a little late is Matt Wilkinson here. And meanwhile, Jadson with that boot on the left foot will go to the air. Of course, the Brazilian crowds will get a little vocal here on the beaches.
It would be challenging for me to see him try and land something like that with the ankle injuries that he sustained here. But going for it, you know, take a look here. He gets into it a bit late, has to take a late drop. Unfortunate there, but sets up this next section here with all the speed. Knows that he needs to do something big, so he's going to pump down the line, get the final section here. So no points real scored yet, but then the big air reverse And you just see that he just said, nah, I'm not going to try and pull this one off. I'm going to sustain my ankle and keep it in one piece, and kicks out.
Yeah, absolutely. Those landings are where a lot of the injuries come for our athletes. Right for this year's competition, a relatively unknown break, and just showing you how much surf is in this area. Let's have a look here as we go. Marco Fernandez. Nice snap on the backhand. He is our heat leader as we move now to just around 12 minutes remaining, and that is a good smash at the end there. And he's done a good job of trying to hold on. It didn't pan out for the last maneuver. We'll be looking with keen interest for what Adriana de Souza has in store for us, but we're also very interested in what the tour leader can come up with. He hasn't found much now. A little click there from Matt Wilkinson, battling with his wave selection, it seems here, as he just squares off an oncoming section, and he'll go down with now 10 minutes to go. Pete, what are you thinking for Matt Wilkinson? Should he be approaching a plan B maybe?
Surfers changing up their equipment slightly, not from necessarily from usually you'll see one guy, they'll ride their models just to stay with it, but mixing it up now. So you see a little bit different rocker as we watch now Jadson Andre.
Jadson Andre through to the inside. Beautiful squared turn there. He's got that little elastic snap. He's got a very similar frame and physique to Matt Wilkinson too, right? You could almost draw one or two little parallels between the two surfers for style.
Last score for Marco Fernandez comes in at a 6. So he has upped his 2-wave total and now looking at another wave.
8.5 to go. Here goes the heat leader. Backhand. They all seem to be using the left now. And Fernandez will come around the section. Another nice squared up snap. Is there more on the inside? And he'll just fade out on that one. High work rate from Marco Fernandez, the young Brazilian. He's found himself a 6.5 and a 6 already, and judges will now owe him a score for that last one. What are you thinking? Possible replacement in the top 2, Pete, or kind of borderline?
And yeah, he just picked up another score here. It's a smaller wave again, and gets stuck, but able to pull it out. As we watch now, Marco Fernandez on his backhand. Let's see if he improves. Right there I feel like there's a little stumble, and then he gets clean here for that final move, but I don't really feel like it's going to go and improve on the 6.0. I could be wrong.
All right, Pete, let's compare this. This is one of the earlier waves as we look at this run of the replay here. This is where he found that 6-point rod.
Yeah, so I feel like just at the end there was strong, although that stumble right there, it did affect the score.
Down in third, looking for an 8.83. Let's have a look at where the numbers come for the 6.07 here.
Yeah, well, we saw this wave. It was nice and clean. Nice brap for the beginning of it. Gets attack in the lip and finishes strong with the final move. Not a real big wave, but it gave him the opportunity for 3 turns, and his best wave so far.
Matt Wilkinson on an inside corner here as the wind starts to go a little bit more in the stiffer offshore, as Wilkinson will just completely lose momentum on that one with now 5 minutes remaining. What's going on for Matty Wilkinson? It's a score for the heat leader, the young Brazilian, taking it to world number 1 here.
And this is a replay that's happened during the recap. Big strong arc, now dealing with some foam, gets up there late, hits it, pulls it down. So 2 turns there. Now will that improve on his low score of the 6.5? We will see kind of similar range again.
Jadson's requirements a 7.36, but gee, it's a steep 8.83 required for Matty Wilkinson. Here we go with a last roll of the dice, proverbially speaking, as Jadson Andre will look for points, and he'll just know that that's not going to unfold on that one with 40 seconds now to go. At the QS 1500 prior to Forte Pro a few weeks back, fell to Bino Lopez, so we've got some Brazilian talent to talk about here. Now let's have a look at Matt Wilkinson. He needs the 8.83, and he's not going to unlock that with now 20 seconds.
What?
Yeah, we're speaking about that gap between the qualifying series and the championship tour, how it has narrowed over the last few seasons, and we see that with testimony of the rookies blazing their way here in 2016. But for now, Marco Fernandez on screen is our heat winner. And